Stacey Abrams rose to national prominence during the 2018 midterm election in a close loss to Kemp in Georgia. Kemp being another one of the corrupt Republican operatives. He took it upon himself to purge the voter rolls and thereby pretty much steal the election. But it was awfully close. And Abrams, as a very competent politician, and being obviously popular in Georgia, becomes a very viable VP candidate for Joe Biden. Georgia is considered Republican/Trump territory, but he didn't win it by that much against Hillary, and Abrams would be a much, much bigger problem for him. And if Democrats could win Georgia in 2020, it would pretty much seal the deal. You can see she's born on a full moon. It's another example of full moon auspicious patterns. Lots and lots of people with full moons seem to rise to prominence. Full moons can, in some cases, correlate with instability, hence the word lunacy, and hence look at Donald Trump's chart. But Stacey is actually seems like a very settled person. And you can see she has the full moon and then a trine from Pluto to the Aquarius planets, Jupiter and Venus, and then bisected by sextiles to Neptune and Mercury. So it's very well integrated. It's going to make for an effective communicator and someone who can effect change and transformation in the political landscape. Then we see she's Mars opposite Uranus, which is going to correlate with a whole lot of independence. Mars-Uranus opposition is that it puts her in the thick of the action, which almost always happens when you see a person potentially involved in something big. You do need the positive cycles, but you also need challenging types of alignments, and the triple conjunction in Capricorn, as it will be from July till the end of the year, directly squares both ends of that. And then in terms of the positive outcome, Jupiter and Saturn will be entering Aquarius, but especially Jupiter crossing over Venus in December and then returning shortly after tells us that something very positive is likely coming up for Stacey. Keep in mind, this chart is without a time. It's for noon, shown for noon. There's no time, and so there's no ascendant, no midheaven, and the moon is somewhere between 5:36 Gemini and 20:38 Gemini. Her connection to Joe Biden is quite good. You get a mix of challenging energy, which is really important when important relationships happen. You need the challenging aspects in order to make it work. If it's too easy, then it doesn't work, and if it's too hard, it also doesn't work. A mix is what you need. And here you see they interchange Mars-Jupiter squares. Her Mars squares his Jupiter, and then his Mars squares hers. And that's actually quite good, subject to a few disagreements, but definitely a very positive, energizing type of interchange. And then you also can see that her Mars-Uranus opposition links to his Jupiter. So, in other words, we're bringing the Uranus into the mix as well. And this just adds further stimulation into the mix. And at the same time, her Sagittarius planets, especially the Mercury, connect to his ascendant. And this is a very, very good link for friendly relations, general agreement, and just identification in a positive sense with one another. And her moon is in the sign of his descendant, so he would see her as a natural partner. In fact, her full moon axis cuts across his ascendant, descendant, first house, seventh house axis. So that's a very strong connection. And finally, her Pluto trining Venus Jupiter, which is a very positive alignment for her in terms of her own harmony as a person. It then connects with Biden, Saturn, Uranus through a trine in that direction. So this will ground the energy of Pluto, Venus, Jupiter. It's very idealistic, very inclined to transformation and change, very visionary. You always need Saturn to make things work. So in that sense, Biden becomes a great ally to her and vice versa. So bottom line, Stacey Abrams, to my mind, is a top-tier VP candidate. And given her connections to Joe Biden in the astrological sense, I would say she's right up there. I would put her as one of the top three for sure.